Welcome back. From hot yoga to skinny teas, we've all been guilty of trying some unusual weight loss methods over the years. But one you may not have heard of is hypnotherapy. And our next guest, Lesley-Ann, lost over 5 stone with the help of hypnosis. And she joins me now alongside psychologist Jason O'Callaghan, who specialises in clinical hypnotherapy. Good morning to you both. Thank you for joining us today. And Lesley-Ann, unbelievable to think that you've lost 5 stone in the last couple of years. But can you bring us back to 2017, in or around the time you started Hypno, and tell us what life was like for you and tell us about your struggle.
Okay, so I'm a mum of 3, married in Dublin. I got to my 40th birthday party and had a great night, thought I looked fantastic. And then looking back at the photographs, I got a bit of a shock and realised I think it was time to start to put myself first. Okay. So a friend had suggested Jason's clinic. I'd never really looked into hypnotherapy before. I tried loads of other things. I'd done lots of diet clubs. I'd tried skinny teas, skinny cafes.
And would you have lost weight for a period of time and then put it back on?
And they'd go back on and more because I never had control over it. I was just kind of doing a quick fix. So I went to Jason with a very open mind. As I said, my friend recommended it. So I took some money that I got for my birthday, decided to invest in myself, went over to Blackrock, met with Jason. He talked to me about what I wanted. I lay down, we did the hypnotherapy, I brought it home with me, listened to it for a few weeks and started to lose weight because I was able to visualise where I wanted to be. I had a plan in place, which I'd never had before. I always had this idea of losing weight, but now I had the plan and I had the visualisation of where I wanted to be. And I think that's what hypnotherapy gave me.
What struck me from reading the notes is that you mentioned, you know, I'm a smart woman, I'm an intelligent person, I know exactly what I need to do, which is eat less and move more, eat more healthy, or eat at different times of the day. But putting that into practice, far more difficult. Absolutely. I think we all have our routines and we fall down at certain times of the day.
Yeah, and I just needed to get the control. I needed to know that if I was going to do something I shouldn't be doing, I had a tool that stopped me to do it.
Okay.
So after I lost the first stone, I was back in contact with Jason. He asked me, did I want to come over again? And I said, no, I think I'm doing fine with what I have at the moment. And then I joined my local slimming club and it just went from there. So I just kept losing and losing. And I never gained on the journey. I never felt like I was failing because everything just kept going in the right direction. So it was brilliant.
And that in itself is such a boost when you see the results.
It kept the momentum going all the time.
And we have the before and after photos there. I mean, 5 stone is incredible over a period of 2 years. Jason, I'm fascinated by this. About the whole concept of hypnotherapy, first of all, because I suppose you would see comedians bringing people on stage and hypnotising them, and it's sort of done for a bit of a laugh. But actually, it's a lot of doctors will refer patients for hypnotherapy. It's considered a viable form of alternative medicine. We have the conscious part of our brain and we have the unconscious part of our brain, but the subconscious is where you work. So tell us about that. What is hypnotherapy?
Yeah, it's so the first thing is it's not alternative therapy, it's complementary therapy, because alternative would automatically suggest to people that it would replace something else. So in other words, I'm getting chemotherapy, but no, hypnotherapy, not at all. It would be a complement, you know, the way the acupuncture would be and so on. Sure. It's a complementary therapy to it, to help people. The interesting thing is, as you say with Lesley, is that we specialise in the D4 clinic with everything: weight loss, smoking, anxiety, fear of driving, fear of spiders, fear of snakes. It could be anything. But weight loss is obviously where you can physically see a manifestation of people's change. You can see Lesley-Ann beforehand and afterwards. So that tends to be what gets all the attention. But as you say, the conscious mind is what we know. It's like you said, I know I shouldn't eat full packet of biscuits and have takeaways every day, but we still do it, yet we still want to lose weight.
So why do we find it so difficult to change our habits?
Because they're habits. That's what happened. They developed over years. If you firstly look at what we're talking about this morning is weight loss. And from a psychological point of view, it's a long-term issue. You don't put on 5 stone overnight. No. But equally, what happens to people is, and what I see daily, is that people want to lose 5 stone overnight. And they do, I'll go on a diet, which I hate the word, because diets don't work. We all know they don't work. They'll work in the short term. So what happens is you've got to make a lifestyle change. And a lifestyle change will be an educational process. It's saying, well, I'm not just going to do this for a day or a week. And the most common thing that we hear when it comes to weight loss is people will come in and the opening line of 90% of people in the clinic will be, I've tried everything, nothing works. Now,
so you're a last resort in one sense, because they feel it's quite extreme.
You mentioned earlier on about stage hypnosis. Now, I have 3 young kids at home, Camille, Ethan and Stephanie, who are watching and saying to me, Daddy swings a watch. And I don't swing a watch. Nobody swings a watch. But what happens is you've got this view on TV of every cartoon that's on has got Tom and Jerry with spinning eyes. Now, on stage hypnosis, which I do sometimes, that does work, but it works to that level on around 15% of people.
But can I ask you then, for people watching home this morning, and obviously Lesley-Ann, was reaping the benefits over the last couple of years. She looks and feels fantastic. But is everybody susceptible, or is everybody able for hypnotherapy?
I suppose the question again I get every day, because a lot of our programs are online now, so people can download them online. Let's say, oh, I tried hypnotherapy, it didn't work, or does it work for everybody? Not everything works for everybody. That's the first thing. That's being very honest. Nothing works for everybody. Yeah. Within the field of hypnotherapy, 15% of a population are what's called highly suggestible. Probably in Lesley-Ann's case, in most cases, these are people who are it's just the way their brain works. They're just more imaginative. They have better visualization techniques. Most of us are in the middle. I lost 4 stone doing this, and I wouldn't say I was hypnotizable at all, but we're in the middle, because if you couldn't be hypnotized, you couldn't learn anything. It's just repetition. So
Lesley-Ann, just talk to us about the actual sessions that you had with Jason then. So once you had your hypnotherapy session, you went home, you didn't feel any different, I'm assuming.
No.
But was your outlook different in terms of when you would snack, you'd hold off, or you were more conscious of portion size?
Far more conscious of, portion sizes as well. Jason, when you leave Jason's clinic, he gives you a little blue plate, which my family thought was hilarious when I brought home a blue plate. And I think, as he explained it to me, you eat less off a blue plate. And it works. All my family eat off blue plates now, and it does actually work. But no, the control thing was so beneficial for me, because I never felt like I was in control of what I was doing before. I was being told what I should eat, or I was being told what I should do, but I needed the control to make those choices for myself, and that's what it gave me.
Well, we said earlier on you look fantastic, but more importantly, are you feeling good?
Oh, I'm feeling brilliant. I've got energy. I've got 3 kids. They're 18, 9 and 6, and busy household at the moment, and it's great. I'm able to do stuff with them. We were able to go on holidays. I was able to enjoy it. It just completely new life.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story with us this morning. No doubt inspiring some of our viewers as well. And Jason, thanks a million for explaining the whole concept of hypnotherapy.
My pleasure.
See you again soon. Now up next, we've got some outdoor toy ideas to keep the kids busy this summer. Don't go anywhere.